Welcome, welcome. It's Too Generic. It's your boy Cam,
Rich.
and we're back at it again for another Too Generic special. This week we're gonna be discussing. Hold on, I got I got some feedback. Let me fix it. Okay, all right, now we're good. It was like doubled up. I heard myself echo. All right, so this week we're gonna talk some UFC, which happened last night. We want to talk some Caitlin Clark. Cam Thomas returns, which is big, very huge in the Too Generic world. NBA Top Shot Fast Break, the Fast Break lineup that's been set, and also what's going to come, like what's happening today. And we did want to talk about that Celtics Sun game that happened yesterday. KD had a big 45. Tatum's kind of struggling, and he was in this MVP race. Had a bad game against the Mavs and Luka, who is also in the MVP race. And also Jaylen Brown, I mean, I think he always steps up when Tatum doesn't. And
He
I
did.
think that's also something that needs to be talked about because, we laugh off the left-handed thing. Even Jaylen Brown made a joke with the left-handed Michael Jackson glove this year at All-Star game. But he does step up. He's his right-hand man more than his left-hand man, I'd say.
Right. He stepped up in the Nuggets game, and if
Yeah.
Tatum contributed at all, they probably would have won that.
Right. And it's just like Tatum falling against MVP candidates right now. Luka, Jokic, and then KD and Booker are two of the best players you meet in the NBA anyway. I mean, they're not MVP candidates this season, but shoot, preseason people were betting on Devin Booker to win MVP this year. Maybe some for KD, but he still got it clearly.
And Booker didn't even play last night.
Right, Booker didn't play last night, which kind of gave more of a green light to KD, and he just goes off. And this is supposed to be the premier team, best defense in the NBA potentially, with Kristaps, Horford coming off the bench, Drew and White at the guard position. It's like it shouldn't get better than this defensively.
But the worst game was earlier this week when they lost to the Cavs without Mitchell.
Yeah.
And they didn't have Max Strus.
Right. And Strus goes crazy in Boston.
Yeah.
When he faces Boston, I guess.
Yeah, Max Strus and Gabe Vincent were killing us last year, and Caleb Martin. But
yeah, don't bring up Caleb Martin into this conversation.
Yeah,
we were having a good time, Richie. I thought we were having a good time.
He turned in the prime MJ, and he should have won Eastern Conference Finals MVP over Butler.
Larry Bird.
Yeah, he should have won Larry Bird trophy in Boston over the Celtics. That made me sick. Twin Bird. That's awesome.
That one just came to me.
You just came up with that.
Yeah.
That was perfect. But yeah, that Cavaliers game, they had a 22-point lead, and they just went ice cold in the fourth quarter. Tatum did nothing. Brown did nothing. Mm-hmm. And then Tatum had that. I don't understand why they never draw up anything. Since, like, when they've had Udoka and Mazzulla as coaches, they never draw up anything. They just say, give Tatum the ball and see what happens. And then he takes a fadeaway shot. He gets the foul call on it originally, but obviously it wasn't a foul. Mm-hmm. So then they overturned the call. But I thought Brad Stevens, when he was head coach, I thought he was a much better X's and O's guy.
Yeah.
Now what they do is just give the ball to Tatum, and he's not necessarily a clutch player. And
right.
He took that fadeaway shot, missed it. He couldn't get anything going in the fourth quarter. Not that really anybody else could get anything going, but if you're that guy, you're supposed to be that number one guy. You're supposed to be that MVP candidate. You're making all this money. You should be able to make some of those shots.
And you're also supposed to be, if you're the MVP candidate, you're not supposed to bring chaos to your offense. You're not supposed to bring,
right.
You're not supposed to make things more difficult and make it look, less easy. Even for the eye, it just, what Tatum's doing isn't executing the way he should. When Stevens was there, he had plays, and I just don't think the players were good enough to execute the plays. Now, there's less of a structure with way more talent, way more capability, but it's just kind of not being concentrated in a direct, in a direction, I should say.
And then like the later stages of the ball game, when it's close, they just tend to go one-on-one, or they just tend to give the ball to Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, but there's no ball movement, or it's like ball movement that they don't even want to do. So if somebody gets double teamed, then they're forced to pass the ball, but they're not even trying to run any plays. I don't understand that. Like, why
And
are
it
you?
only happens at the end of quarters.
Yeah, like why are you moving away from what's made you successful all night? Because they're a great passing team when they want to be. They have a bunch of great passers. Tatum is a very good passer when he wants to be. You know, Jrue Holiday can pass the ball well. Derek White can pass the ball well. Al Horford's probably one of the best passing big men in the NBA still.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand why they move away from it when you've been having success with it all game.
You could just look at the clock and you know the plays. I think that's actually the Missoula playbook. Is if you look at the clock, is there 8 minutes on the clock? Okay, they're going to pass the ball around. Is there 2 minutes on the clock? Okay, they're not passing anymore.
And then you just have Tatum with the predictable step back three that gets no separation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. He actually shot well from three last night. I think he knocked down maybe 5 out of his 9 threes, but even the fourth quarter he played well. That was one of his better fourth quarters this season. He scored, I think, 13 in the fourth quarter. He did launch the ball out of bounds twice in that fourth quarter, and then he had some shot in the paint. He missed the layup. Then he went back up, shot it again, and then tried to tip it in, missed it again. But the shooting percentage was terrible from the field last night. But he played a lot better in the fourth quarter. His 3-point percentage was a lot better than it's been this season too.
Yeah. And do you remember there was that KD for Jaylen Brown trade? Hear me out here. I don't want to sound too crazy, but it seemed like trading Jaylen Brown for KD was short-sighted when in reality KD's still putting up 45 and Jaylen Brown is giving up 45 to KD.
Yeah.
Wasn't that crazy of a trade?
I don't know. I don't know if I would want. I mean, obviously KD, we know what he can do on a nightly basis, but is he going to stay with the team?
Right. Is he going to stay with the team? I want to give it hold on.
That's
the comment section right now. Tatum is Tim. Tatum for president.
No.
Go Celtics.
This country's going under real quick.
This guy's happy Mac got traded. We're equally happy. Let's jump to that. You are way more in the Patriots streets than I am because I mean, shoot, I moved away from Massachusetts and you're still over there. So
Yeah.
what's happening on the streets of Massachusetts? Is there a party? What's going on? Is there looting? Are cars being flipped over? Things being lit on fire because Mac Jones is traded? What's happening?
I hope so. I haven't heard anything about that, but I really hope there is because he needed to get out of here. He really
did. We were done with Mac 10.
I didn't care what kind of pick. I don't know how many picks they gave up. They didn't say yet, so it might have been a 5th or 6th round pick or something. But man, hopefully they can get somebody else. So they have a bunch of quarterbacks in the draft. There's a bunch of quarterbacks that are probably available. Russell Wilson is going to be a free agent. I don't want Russell Wilson. He's old as hell, and he's been trash, especially the last 2 years. Then you have Kirk Cousins, and he's coming off a torn Achilles, and he's 35. And then Justin Fields, he's been one of the biggest names, and the Bears are most likely to trade him because they already announced that they're most likely going to draft Caleb Williams as their first overall pick. But I heard that there's a chance Fields could go to the Falcons. That's what I heard. But the Patriots do have a lot of options right now, and they have Bailey Zappi, who isn't much better than Mac Jones. But to get Mac Jones out of here is great.
Are we going for a lineman? Is this like going to be a typical Patriots move where you think they should take a quarterback? Because, post Brady, obviously.
Yeah.
Like with Lamar Jackson, we all thought they were getting Lamar.
Yeah, they could have Lamar.
That was such an intense day, bro. I remember watching that.
They could have drafted Lamar, and they
could have drafted Lamar. What could have been? What could have been, man? But yeah, there's a couple quarterbacks. People like Drake May. That's what I've been hearing the most. People are just infatuated with them. If you're not at one, this is the next QB, the next best guy.
People are high on Jaden Daniels, too, from LSU.
Yeah.
Those are like the top 3 quarterbacks right now. So.
And then there's Michael Penix, but he's got knee problems from what I've heard, and they're kind of nervous about him and his size and everything. But, I mean, he's a gamer. He's kind of like he reminds me a little Baker Mayfield.
And he's a lefty, too.
Yeah, he's fun out there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of there's a lot of options that seem much better than Mac Jones and what he did.
Right. Yeah. And we're officially done with Mac 10, so get him out of here. We're moving on to the next thing, you know. Whatever the next QB is, we're rooting for him. Cam Newton was a good era though.
They should have stuck with Cam Newton. And like he was really good those first 3 or 4 weeks, and then I think he got COVID and he was out for 2 or 3 games, and then it wasn't the same. And then they had different quarterbacks coming in. They had
first year was tough because they didn't have weapons for Cam, and that was known that he was joining a team that really wasn't trying to win at all. They were trying to rebuild from the Brady, departure and everything else that happened. You don't really have like your Edelmans and all your guys, like Gronk was going through retirement phase. It was a weird time, and the line I think fell off.
And I remember that Seahawks game really early in the season. It might have been week 2 or week 3, and he threw for almost 400 passing yards.
Yep.
And then he was at like the goal line, and then he went for everyone knew he was going for it though. That QB, whatever you call it, the QB draw, the QB power play, and he just missed that touchdown. That would have been a huge game to win.
Yeah, it would have.
But it was just so predictable. He ran right to the left. Everyone knew he was going to run the ball, and then the next season they didn't even stick with him. And I thought he had a pretty good season for missing that much time, being out with an illness. And he was one of the leaders in rushing touchdowns in the NFL that season, too, or the previous season.
And I just saw him fight 6 grown men, and he beat them all up.
He could still be out there.
He could still be out there. I bet you anything, Mac Jones couldn't have beat up 6 men.
No, absolutely.
He couldn't.
But how was that guy hanging on to him and Cam Newton was, like, still standing upright? It's crazy to me. The balance that he has and the strength that he has.
The balance, the strength, the poise. That's a quarterback. That's who I want hiking the ball for me, throwing the pigskin.
Right? Like, I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
It was like nobody was holding him.
Right. It was kind of funny. It was like he was just like getting everyone off of him. He looked like the Hulk out there.
He did.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he's been used to, shrugging off D linemen his whole life.
Yeah.
He's like, what? These little guys? These little guys trying to tackle me? He's
been getting beaten up by linemen and big guys, like with the Panthers too, especially with the Panthers. Yeah. He used to get whacked.
I mean, at the same time, he used to truck stick people.
Yeah.
Like as a QB running through the middle, truck sticking a Mike linebacker, that's nuts.
Yeah.
He's something different. I'll never forget prime Cam Newton. Even him in college was insane.
Yeah.
And also shout out to him because he went to JUCO. Like he didn't get recruited straight out of high school and everything. Man had to go to JUCO, put on, win a national championship in the NJCAA, and then went to the NCAA after.
Yep, with Auburn.
Went on. With Auburn, he was also at Florida. I think he was Tim Tebow. His freshman year was like Tim Tebow's senior year or something like that. So yeah, Cam Newton definitely he had to get it the tough way. He earned everything he did, and I kind of feel bad because we dumped him off like yesterday's garbage, and I think he still had minutes left in his career.
And we got those jerseys too.
Mm-hmm.
For him to play one season.
I still got my Cam Newton jersey.
Not even a full season either.
Yeah.
That's like me with a Kyrie jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But now at first I replaced it with Cantor, and now I can replace it with Pritchard.
Yeah.
So I got to keep.
Now it's a Pritchard jersey.
I just thought about earlier this week.
Yep. Well, yeah. So in hindsight, would you have taken the KD Brown trade?
I don't know, because Kevin Durant was probably my favorite player when he was with the Thunder. But now knowing what he does, where he bounces around from team to team when things don't work out, I'd rather stick with Jaylen Brown. And it seems to me like Jaylen Brown is just getting better and better every season.
Okay.
So I think I'd have to stick with Brown, and he's also younger too. And what is Kevin Durant done since he's left the Warriors without having, two of the best shooters of all time?
Right, he's choked.
So, and granted, there has been injuries with the Nets when they had that season when they were playing against the Bucks, and people said, "Oh, they were going to win it," if James Harden and Kyrie weren't hurt, or what about if his shoe was a size smaller?
Right.
That's all what ifs. It's all what ifs. You never know what's actually going to happen. So I don't know. I'd still stick with Jaylen Brown right now.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to hear what you think after that. Seeing the KD drop to 45 by himself against the Celtics in a loss. It wasn't a loss.
There's always some players putting up big scoring performances and losing. Just look at Devin Booker years ago. Put up 70, still lost by double figures. And KD
All right.
put up 45 last night, lost by double.
That's very true. If we're going to talk about putting up big points and losing, we have to talk about Cam Thomas.
Of course.
So, let's talk about the Cam Thomas return game. And he dropped 31. He had 17 in the first quarter. He played about 8 minutes in the first quarter, had 17 points, really lit it up quick, was making everything, was subbed out until like the mid-second quarter. And I don't know. I don't think he didn't find his rhythm. He didn't find his rhythm in the second quarter. I think he missed a floater. And then didn't score again until the third quarter.
But he scored 11 in the third quarter, right?
Yeah, he had a good third quarter.
Yeah.
But I thought he was just going to keep piling it on because that's kind of typically his style is to just get back out there and keep scoring. He was deferring a little bit in the second quarter too. I didn't think he was being like aggressive and forcing the issue, which normally he does. He could be an aggressive player. He could try to shoot a little too much sometimes, but he makes them. So it's like you can't say shooting too much. Do you tell Curry he shoots too much?
Yeah.
No. You don't tell Dame he doesn't shoot too much. You never told Harden he shoots too much. Like eventually the next stars have to be born. The next stars have to come up. And you have to give them the leash and the green light to become them. And there's only a few guys who have shown to score at an elite level. And I think Cam Thomas is one of them. I think he's going to be a star in this league. And that's why we do a Cam Thomas watch every week. Yeah. Because this would have been the same thing as me doing a Giannis watch 15 years ago almost. Well, not 15, maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago would have been rookie Giannis watch. And we would have been following him in the 15-win Bucks.
Right.
So just following a player that basically – is playing for a team who's really struggling, a bottom 10 team, seems very promising, and also I just think he's also like a hard worker. There's no way you could have every skill he has and not have worked hard, not have practiced, not have been in the gym training.
And I don't have problems with him taking those kind of shots because, like, who was going to get it going last night? There was nobody else aside from him that was going to get the shots to drop on his own like that.
Yeah. And every time Dennis Smith Jr. shoots a ball, he looks at his hands after because he's like, "What? Why didn't it go in?"
He is terrible.
Yeah. So I just mean you just can't. You just can't have Dennis Smith Jr. trying to be all your offense. He's definitely not an offensive hub. Right. You got Mikal Bridges, who is better off to catch. So who's going to dribble? Who's going to attack in the pick and roll? Because Bridges isn't the best in pick and roll. The only thing he really does in pick and roll, he just drives. Right. He's just going to attack the basket. As soon as you put him in a pick and roll situation, he's just going to drive to the cup, which he's fine at that. He's really long. He's longer than most people that try to defend him at his position, and he gets a good advantage. But someone who's actually going to create for others, ironically, is Cam Thomas because he does pass. The thing is, he passes out of pick and roll. He doesn't hit the open guy. It's a pass away. Because the way the defense shifts and shades and over protects, because let's say Cam Thomas is in the pick and roll, you're going to have helpers from the sides because he's going to score. He drives at a high level, and I mean, he doesn't pass out all the time, but he is passing consistently. Like, he's just not hitting the guy for the assist, but he's swinging the ball still. He's doing those things. I think people really misconstrue what passing is compared to just getting assists.
It's his last resort, though, a lot of times.
But he is the last resort. He gets a lot of grenades.
He does.
Like there's 7 seconds left on the clock. This is when Cam Johnson catches in the corner and he doesn't think he could get a good shot off with the shooter right there. And then he's like, okay. Then he dribbles it back out and then passes to Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas catches it. There's 6 seconds left now. And it's like, it's called a grenade. That's why, because it's a possession that's about to blow up. Nobody wants to take the shot. Someone's got to fall on the grenade, basically, because the defense isn't shifted. They're locking up. They're guarding the rim well. It's a grenade, and you just got to chuck it up. And he gets a lot of those. So there's nights where he gets 2 or 3 assists, and he'll shoot 11 for 24. But, 5 of those are grenades.
And they also double team him a lot, too. They've been double team.
They double him on the catch.
So.
They double him at 94. If he's bringing up the rock, sometimes the point guard's pressing the whole time just to slow him up so he can't get in rhythm and get to his spots. But if you have a player like this, right? So if you have a player where the team is double teaming him, the opposing team double teams him as soon as they can, they press him 94 feet, and there's just such a focus on him, how are you going to deny that he's not a good player if the opposing game plan is to stop him? I don't see the double come when Cam Johnson gets it. I don't see the double come when Lonnie Walker touches the ball. I don't see that really come when Mikal does it. Because why? Mikal is not going to create problems off the dribble.
Right.
You're not doubling Mikal unless there's 2 seconds left and you're just going to cheat off your guy and you're going to help on the contest. But other than that, you're not scared of Mikal breaking through your defense, zigzagging, stopping, pump fake, head fake, all this stuff. It doesn't happen, but there is a player who does, and he's going to put a lot of pressure on the defense, and it's Cam Thomas.
And we seem
how are we so stubborn to this as an NBA, community?
And there's just so many difficult shots he can hit too.
Yeah, the angles, everything.
Something else.
Yeah, and every time I hear somebody even mention him on a pod, typically they don't. Typically he's like the last thing mentioned. They're talking about Claxton and his contract extension. He has been dog shit this year.
Nobody's worried about no Nick Claxton contract.
Nobody cares about no Nick Claxton. We got Day'Ron Sharpe at home. We don't even need Nick Claxton.
We got Day'Ron Sharpe, right?
Like, it's watching Nick Claxton, it's a joke. It really is. The way people have talked about him.
He doesn't have much touch on offense. He's got that hook shot.
Touch. He doesn't even try hard or get physical anymore. Like this season, he's gone completely soft. He doesn't really box out as hard. I don't know. He just doesn't feel like that shot blocker that people were trying to argue defensive player of the year when he wasn't. He was still playing a good game. He was playing hard. He should have been in the conversation, but definitely not the defensive player of the year. But this year, he hasn't put that type of effort forward.
Definitely not.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, actually. Like, I thought Nick Claxton would take maybe a jump, maybe do something other than a hook shot. But that's his only thing right now. He just reverse pivots and then just does a hook.
Yeah, he's really taken a step back this season, if anything.
Yeah. But I will say that move seems like it's a guaranteed move every time he does it.
The hook shot does work, though.
Yeah, his little drop step and reverse pivot hook shot, it's nice. It's nice, but that's it. That's the only thing, and it's like he only is getting that off a dump pass anyway, like rolling hard to the basket. He catches, reverse pivots, boom, or takes his little power step, drop step, whatever he's got to take.
Right.
But other than that, like he's not giving anything. He was supposed to be this corner 3 guy this year. He was talking about 2 seasons ago. He was talking about he was going to be a corner 3 specialist.
You see all those big guys working on their 3 all the time in the summer, like Mitchell Robinson. Remember Mitchell Robinson 3 years ago? He was working on the 3 ball. How many 3-pointers has he attempted in his NBA career now? Or how many 3-pointers has he attempted since then?
Probably not many.
Probably count on both hands. That's it.
Right. You probably count him on both hands how much he's done, but I just don't see it. I just don't see the work being done. That's why I like DFS, because I'm like, at least the guy can shoot. He's going to hit a set 3. If he's open he's hitting 45% of them if he's open.
Not last night.
Guarded, maybe something else. But DFS will knock the shots down at the 5.
Not last night, though.
Maybe not last night.
Maybe not last night.
Maybe not last night. But I trust Dorian Finney-Smith to really hit shots at a consistent level. Maybe not every time, obviously. But he really is a great player. And I like DFS for what he is. I'm not saying he's ever going to be like a superstar. Obviously, he's older now. But, like, you got to differentiate from, like, oh, this is like LeBron is a great player and DFS is a great player. But they're great at what they do. They're great at their roles. LeBron is a superstar. He's his own offensive machine. DFS is the perfect plug-and-play stretch 4, stretch 5 guy that you could just fit in around guys, and he makes everyone's job easier. That's the type of guy he is. That's why I like DFS.
Yeah, he's a great role player.
He is. He's like having Ahmed on your team, you know?
Nah, Ahmed's post god now.
For those who don't know.
No, Ahmed was killing me last summer in the post, man. They were just force feeding him the ball. At Greenleaf, Oh my God. Terrell just kept giving him the ball in the post. It was hell for me.
He was like Jokic?
Bro, he was, I don't know. Yes, he was Jokic. He was Jokic. Whatever you think is the best post player in the NBA, he was that.
He was that.
He just kept backing me. I was damn near out of bounds defending him in the post. I was almost hitting the post. I was almost hitting the post trying to defend him. It was hell.
You were in the post.
I was in the post for real. It was hell for me. Oh my God, that game was over so quick.
Yeah.
I was pushing him, smacking him out. It didn't matter. Smacking him out. It's not fun. It's not fun being 5, whatever I am, 5'7", maybe. Having Ahmed, who's, I don't know. It's tough, but he's got good footwork though. He really is the post god now.
He is. Ahmed, he's got it.
A rough day.
All right, so we're done with the Celtics Sun talk.
Thank God.
Anything more on the Cam Thomas bone? I still find a little meat on the wing. So I dipped into the season leading leaders for points. You already know this. 35th, Cam Thomas, 21.1. 38th, Mikal Bridges, 20.9. Cam Thomas has retaken the lead as the leading scorer of the Brooklyn Nets this season. Ever since he got banned from the starting lineup, like he's being censored. Banned from the starting lineup for 17 games, and they went 2-15 throughout that stretch.
By Jacques gone.
Jacques gone.
Jacques gone.
Jacques gone.
Back up there that quick.
Yep. I was ready.
You knew it was coming.
I was like, if he says Jacques gone, it's a wrap. It's going on here. So Jacques gone is out of here, and he's not holding him back. And luckily, Cam Thomas now can take the lead again, because before he got benched, he was averaging 26.3. I remember it. I remember the day he got benched, and I'm like, bro, your man's is averaging 26.
Yeah,
like you're benching him. He's a top 20 scorer. What are we doing?
Yeah, Jacques had the under, definitely.
Right, Jacques was betting the unders. You just got to take it for what it is.
And he was catching on a daily basis.
Yeah.
He knew he was going to get fired. He was like, all right, make a couple extra bucks.
Right? And he still has years on his deal. They're paying him for years.
But he needed some extra bread. He's good.
Right? He needed some pocket change, you know? Man.
Sickening.
But yeah, so CT took the lead, and basically this is just going to support my pick that Cam Thomas is going to win Most Improved Player of the Year. I don't know if it's going to happen. If he could come back and at least average like 22 the rest of the way, he should be all right. But Kobe White is going to win it.
Yeah, I think Kobe White's probably ahead of him.
I've seen Tyrese Maxey be ranked as the top guy, but
yeah,
Tyrese Maxey was a star last year.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. I don't think he should be there either.
It sounds
I think
insane to put Maxey. It really does. But they gave it to John Morant when he already took the leap.
right.
I don't
But
know.
I would have Jalen Johnson ahead of him too. I would have Jalen Johnson, Kobe White ahead of him, Jonathan Kuminga ahead of him.
Ahead of Maxey?
No, yeah, ahead of Maxey for most improved player of the year because Maxey's already there. It's not
Right,
like
Maxey's there. He's over. I don't think you have to say this guy's the most improved because in reality, he isn't.
because I don't like he was already averaging 20 plus points per game last season. It's not like he's just started scoring like
Yeah.
Siakam that season when he won MIP. He was averaging 7 or 8 points the previous season, and then he shot up to however many 9 or 10 points per game. Cam Thomas has gone up over 10 points per game. Kobe White has gone up
About 10.
probably 10 points per game, and his improvement on his assists per game numbers, his rebounds per game. Same with Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson's his shooting percentages have gone all up too, and his points have probably gone up by close to 10 as well.
Did you see him against the Knicks the other day?
Who?
Jalen Johnson.
No, I didn't see him.
Oh, well, the Hawks faced the Knicks, and he started the game. He dropped 6 straight points on Precious Achiuwa.
Mm-hmm.
Like driving in his chest.
Yeah, I saw he got hurt.
Through him, he was getting buckets.
Yeah, I saw he got hurt the other night. He's been out with it. So.
Yeah, but he was beasting. I really like Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, he's an athlete.
I talked to somebody recently, and they said, "Who would you rather have, Jalen Johnson or Trey Murphy?"
I don't know. I feel like Murphy can get his own bucket a little bit better than Johnson can, and is a better 3-point shooter.
That's what I said. I said Murphy at his best is Chris Middleton. I think kind of around there. He's a little taller, but for the most part, like that's what you're gonna get. I think at his best, Trey Murphy would be at that level.
And they're both really good athletes too.
Yeah, both Jalen Johnson. I like him on defense too.
Yeah, he's probably
like I feel like he's good against bigs. Like I don't know, he just doesn't get bullied. I feel like he's a dude who plays physical.
Right.
He really does. Like he'll bump a dude. Like if he sees a big coming, like he'll give him a little shoulder and a little elbow. I've seen it. I like Jalen Johnson. Like he really does some cool stuff. To see that on the court, because there's a lot of guys who don't check people who cross their paint. You know, just basic physical stuff that we learned growing up, and that has been just the way basketball is played. These guys just aren't as physical as they used to be. Obviously, they're way more athletic and fluid, and just like footwork is better than it used to be and everything else. But at the same time, the fundamentals beat out all of that. You could have cute, fancy footwork, but don't step in my paint.
Right.
You know, like the second fancy footwork enters your paint without the basketball, you push it out. Right. You could do that. So, I don't know. I see that Jalen Johnson still holds some old fundamentals of the game. So that's why I like it. I like the old fundamentals. Shout out Tim Duncan. The fundamental.
Yep.
All right. So we're done with Cam Thomas, the best player of all time. Next, we'll move on. You want to do some Caitlin Clark or some fast break?
Yeah, let's stick with NBA and then we'll go to Caitlin Clark.
Okay, then we'll go to fast break after. Good, because I got something else for the WNBA fast break once it gets all situated and the season starts. That's 2 months away. So here, let me share the screen, and we'll jump to fast break. And I know I got to zoom a little. Okay, so last night, clutched it. 15 3-pointers, and I got 16. 5 from Tatum, 3 from Porter, 3 from Brown, 4 from Quickly, and 1 from Sexton. That was a big win. The night before, this was 40 field goals and 5 steals. Look at this. Just made it, too.
Wow.
And I did it with scraps.
Scraps.
Kuzma and Bogdan.
Right?
Yo, I'm dumb nice. That's all I got to say.
Well, now Bogdan, he's going to score more with Trae Young out and
Right.
Jalen Johnson out.
And then Kuzma's like starting at the 5 now. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? Just throw him in there.
Yeah, Kuzma's going to get his shots no matter what.
Yeah.
He's going to fire them things up.
Yep. And Şengün's always got quick hands. He always grabs a steal. I thought Davis would have grabbed his steal, but Jaren Jackson saved the night with 3.
Mhm.
This night, I worked and I completely forgot that I even had to set a lineup. But this was 5 players who will combine for 130. I will say this would have took all my stars away from me, and I would have lost Tatum this night. So I'm
Yeah.
actually kind of happy because these nights always use up all my stars.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
I might be better off long term that I forgot to set the lineup this night because it saved 5 game pieces.
Right.
And I might have lost it. You know, like who knows? I don't want to dive too deep into it. I lost this one by 1 point, bro. Look at this. Assist to turnover ratio. Sabonis, clutch. Chris Paul, clutch. And Shea, out of everybody, is the non-efficient player that night.
Yeah, if someone's going to turn the ball over a lot, I would think it'd either be Sabonis or Giannis.
I thought it'd be, Giannis, Sabonis, even Curry sometimes. But,
Right.
yeah, Shea was bad that night. It was like 5 turnovers, 6 assists.
Damn.
But, yeah, 1 off. And that would have been crazy. I would have 7 wins already. Because, I skipped this one. And I've just been doing good, you know. The free throws made. I got this one. Jimmy Butler went crazy that night. So I've been doing all right.
Free throws.
But tonight is 25 free throw attempts and 20 makes. So let's dive into it.
I wonder if Trae Young is back from his hospital bed yet.
No.
He's still there?
No, he's still there. He's still they have him on dialysis right now.
Oh my God. Prayers for my mans.
Prayers for my mans. He just had a pinky surgery, that's all.
You want to
Right. So I'm actually gonna go to Cleveland for this one. And
is Mitchell still out?
yeah, I'm gonna give it to Garland.
Yeah, he's gonna get a lot of shots tonight.
No Strus either. So I'm gonna say Garland's gonna be a really good pick tonight.
Mobley's out too.
Mobley's out. So yeah, Garland's going to the line. Another one.
Fox?
Yeah, Fox is going to the line.
Like I would take Fox over Halliburton. So Harden.
Oh, this is 3-pointers attempted and free throws?
Ooh. Yikes.
All right, I gotta take Halliburton.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to see who plays for the Clippers tonight because it's It's the second night of a back-to-back for him. So I don't know if Paul George or
Oh man.
So maybe Harden's going to get more shots.
You know what? We gotta go to Brooklyn. I'm gonna put Cam in here. 3-pointers and free throws. That's Cam Thomas's game.
Yeah. I feel like DiVincenzo is going to get a lot of shots.
You think Harden?
Well, I don't know because the Clippers are playing the second night of a back-to-back, so I don't know if Paul George and or Kawhi Leonard are going to play.
True. Jalen Green might be a good one, or Edwards.
Horrible three-point shooter, though.
But it's attempts. It's not makes.
Oh, okay. That's true.
So, gun it up.
He's going to get
Like,
shots up. Jalen Green definitely going to get his shots up one way or another.
Jalen Brunson, but I feel like I could save him for another night.
Yeah, I'd save him for another night.
LeBron? I got a rare. I could use him 2 times. And he didn't play the last game. That means rest, right? So he should be good today.
You would think, yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. I have some stuff thumbnailed.
Yeah, Darvin Ham said he had severe ankle soreness.
Questionable. Oh, wow.
That's what I mean. I don't know if he's he's actually going to play tonight against who do they play? Minnesota?
Oh, and he's questionable? This is a D'Lo night.
Yeah. No, D'Lo's going to put up threes.
Right?
I'm not sure about Fox, though.
Oh, I've used D'Lo. That's crazy. Bro, let me tell you right now, I have a rare D'Lo, and I'm out of D'Lo. So you can tell I do use him a lot. He's a good player for this game.
Right.
He's like the perfect fill-in guy when you put like 3 stars and then like another, role guy, and then you throw D'Lo because he's like a tweener. He could be a star some nights. He could kind of just get you a few stats, but he's just good for some stats. Dang, 3-point attempts.
There's nobody else on the Lakers.
I mean, there's Reeves. If he gets a lot of foul calls,
You can't trust him on a nightly basis though, like that. I feel like.
but I'm out of D'Lo.
Yeah, I know.
Who else? Is there anybody? Rockets.
DiVincenzo's going to put up threes.
Oh, they have this new tab that shows you who you actually own. So this is actually who I own.
Mm-hmm.
Pacers already got him. Clippers. Too much variance.
You don't want DiVincenzo, huh?
Nah, because Brunson's back, bro.
I know, but he's still going to get his shots up.
Is he?
Yes. He put up what was the night Jalen Brunson got hurt on the 3rd of March. So he got hurt in that Cavaliers game. He didn't play the Hawks game, and he played the Magic game. He still attempted 10 3-pointers. And the 2 games he missed, he put up the game where Brunson only played 1 minute. He put up 14 3-pointers. DiVincenzo and then he put up 17 the next game. And then before that, before Brunson got hurt, just in the month of February, he averaged 12.3 3-point attempts per game. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
He put up 18 on the 27th of February. I'm just saying he's going to get his shots up. Free throws, he doesn't get a lot of free throws. He's only attempted 4 free throws in the last 3 games. But as far as 3-pointers attempted, he's getting them up.
I think I'm locking this in.
But, okay.
Hold on. You really think I should do Dante?
I'm just saying, if that's what the game is, he's putting up a lot of 3-pointers, I think he puts up a lot of 3-pointers.
Dante
My opinion.
So, yeah, for the past, 14 threes, 11, 8, 10, 18, 12, 14, 17, 10. He puts them up.
That's what I'm saying. I just told you 12.3 3-point attempts per game in the month of February.
But I'm concerned about free throws.
Okay.
I know Garland's going to put up 7 threes. I know Halliburton's going to put up 7 threes. I know Cam Thomas is going to put up at least 5. Like, I know Fox is going to shoot threes and shoot free throws. He's going to shoot free throws. Garland's going to shoot free throws. But I don't know. I'm more concerned about the free throw attempts.
All right.
But I do see where the 3-pointer, like, his volume is really good, and we don't even need makes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If it was makes, I don't know if I'd pick him.
Yeah.
Even though he's a bad 3-point shooter, but
oh man, I wish I could play D'Lo instead of Reeves. I think that would be my perfect pick, but I just don't like Dante when Brunson is back. Like, I'd rather pick Brunson, but I don't want to waste Brunson either.
Yeah.
We'll see. This could be subject to change, to be honest, because when does Dante play? Let's see the schedule. The Knicks play at 4, and the Lakers play at 6. So I have until 4 to figure out if LeBron's playing or not.
Right.
If LeBron is playing, then I'll play Dante. Because then I won't play Austin Reeves.
Right.
But if LeBron isn't playing, I'm going to play Austin Reeves. He gets the whistle. The refs love Austin Reeves when LeBron isn't out there. You got to admit it.
Yep.
And if you know the statistics of it, the Lakers are leading the NBA in foul calls in the past 3 years.
Vegas.
He's got to get the whistle.
And no chips.
Right.
No chips. Last 3 years, though. All those whistles for what?
All those whistles for nothing. And, hey, while we're at it, let's do another lineup.
All right.
We can do tomorrow. So pick 5 players who combine for at least 100 points and 40 rebounds.
All right.
Let's see. I'm out of KD. I'm out of Luka. All right, we got to go to collected.
DeMar.
He's probable against Utah. I like that. DeMar, okay.
They play the Mavericks tomorrow. And the Mavericks don't play any defense.
Nope. Wemby's out with the ankle.
He was out last night, yeah.
I don't know if he's out again.
I thought Pop said he was more likely to play on Monday.
Okay, I like Wemby here. But they won't even let me put him in. They just say he's out.
Yeah.
I have to wait. Probably till tomorrow he might clear.
Yeah.
Vooch the Gooch?
Yeah. Yep. He's always good for a double-double. The MPJ on the right night, but he's not going to do it every night.
Yeah, I know. I used MPJ last night, and he got me 3 threes. But
yeah, because he's going to have some big night. He's going to have some big rebounding nights. He probably averages 6 or 7 rebounds per game, but he just doesn't do it on a consistent basis.
Yeah, Ayton is
dominate
rebounds. I need their boards.
He had a big night last night. He smoked a shot at the buzzer, but they still won in overtime.
I used Nurk.
No.
Damn, I'm running out of rebound monsters. I mean, there's Drummond, but
is he going to score that much?
Right. Well, I only need 100 points. So theoretically, like 3 of these guys can get it. Like Jokic gets 30, DeRozan gets 25, Vooch gets 25. Like I'm already basically there.
Right.
And Ayton just has to get 10 points and somebody else does. But I don't like this. Maybe if like Nurk is out, I might have to wait until some injury news from tomorrow. Because, like, let's say Nurk's out, then I can maybe play a Eubanks, and he gets maybe 8 boards, something like that.
Or Ball.
Or Bol.
Because I think he came off the bench sometime last week when Nurkic was out. And I think Eubanks started, and Ball put up better numbers and played more.
Should I put up James Wiseman?
No.
Today, I feel like it feels like a Wiseman day. It does. I feel like he's going to go off.
Your feeling's way off.
All right. Maybe I'm feeling way off.
I don't think he's really even been playing much lately.
Yeah, Mobley's out, but I can't play Jared Allen. That'd be so clutch. Hold on. How much is a Jared Allen rare?
Oh.
What's the cheapest? Because I got like $7 in my account, I think. Oh, I got $3. Never mind.
Big money.
Right? Embarrassing.
But yeah, Wiseman, he's averaged 9 points and 6.2 rebounds in 17.2 minutes per game in 5 games this month.
Word.
So,
but all right, so
and last month he had 5 points.
Right here is $16 is the cheapest rare for Jared Allen. I don't know if I'm willing to do 16 on it, but that's a guaranteed win if I do that though.
Right.
Like I sleep good at night knowing Jared Allen is subbed in there with Mobley out.
And he had a career high against the Timberwolves the other night.
Mm-hmm.
and he scored like 10 points in overtime.
I know.
He
That's why I'm like, I really want to play him.
He took 20-something free throws the other night, too.
Yeah, I really want to play Jared Allen. Fuck.
I mean, Porzingis is a good scorer, but rebounds, he's not always there.
Right, and I can't even sub him in because he's marked out too.
Yeah, he was out last night.
All right, so for now, I'm just going to put RJ Barrett, and I'm going to have to figure it out. Most likely, so this is what's really going to happen, is I think I'm going to sub out probably RJ for Victor and just leave it at that.
Right.
He rebounds better than DeRozan, though.
Barrett?
He's averaging 2 more boards than DeRozan. DeRozan averages 4, Barrett averages 6.
Wow.
So if anything, I might sub out DeRozan for Victor, but I like the points, but I might not even need the points. If I have Ayton guarantees me points. Same with Vooch. Victor hits 20 a game.
You think Ayton guarantees you points?
I mean, he's at least getting like 10. And like I said, I'm going to get 30 from Jokic, Vooch, Victor, DeRozan. Like any of these combos, I'm going to get it. I only need Ayton for the boards.
Right. Yeah.
I wish there was a way to, like, they have it sorted by points. I wish there was a way I could sort by boards too.
Right.
You know, like it's all out of points. But yeah, it looks like it's just Jokic. Who's not collected? Is there anyone that I could try to get for cheap? I guess Miles Bridges. I don't usually play him though. It's just a personal thing. Me and Bridges don't see eye to eye.
Oh, man.
Yo, did you see Baton going off?
Delano Bant, yeah. I seen him score 30 on 27 field goal attempts.
Why are you hating?
That's Kobe.
You know he went to high school in Springfield.
Yep.
He went to McDuffie.
Chipping it up in the NBA.
In that sweaty ass gym. You know what? I'm gonna buy a Duran.
He's a double-double machine.
Let me see. I think I could get a cheap Duran for like $2. Yeah, they're like $2, and I got $3 in my thing. I know this website where you could sometimes get cheap Top Shot cards. It's called Floaty. And you sort by price, and then I go here, Top Shot, full name, and then I type in Duran. Yeah, you can find them for cheap here. See, on Top Shot, $2 is the cheapest one listed, but this site, you can scoop one for $1.
Nice.
Yeah, 150, 150. Top Shot doesn't let you do it in cents. You can only do it in whole dollars. So $1, $2, $3. This website lets you put change. So, yeah, this is what I'm going with.
Yeah, and a Duran?
$1 Duran. Huge game piece, bro. This is a game changer. Yeah,
Who you
I'll probably have to wait a minute for it to refresh.
Who you dropping, Barrett or?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm kicking Barrett out. You called for DeRozan as one of your first picks.
Yeah.
When I said points, rebounds, you were like DeRozan.
Yeah,
all right.
Your picks.
So I'll leave him.
All right.
So right now it's processing, it's loading. Here, I could always just go to Top Shot and then see when it hits my account. Sometimes this page is slow. See? Oh, no, it didn't hit yet. But yeah, man, I can't believe Banton is out here dropping buckets. I'm excited for him. You've played in McDuffie's gym, right?
No,
You've never played in McDuffie's gym?
I don't think so.
I played in McDuffie's gym like damn near my whole life. Hold on. It gets mad like humid in there, and the floor gets slippery.
That must suck to play in then.
Yeah, they have fans. They have like fans and the doors open at all times. Like on the floor just to keep the floors dry. What's going on with this? It's not loading. Where's my Durin?
Wasted $1.
Wasted. Oh, it's in flow. Is that what it is? Come on. Well,
You're stuck with Barrett.
right? Am I stuck with Barrett? Don't do this to me. There he is. He hit my account. Jalen Duren. All right, transaction successful. Got him for one flow. I'll take it. That's not even $1. I still got my $3 now. Because it's in crypto. Flow is cheap. It's like less than $1. So I'm like, I got that for even less than $1. I'll take it. All right, so now lineup is full. It says uncollected. Is there? I feel like there was a refresh button or something. Hold on. I'll just refresh it the regular way. But I thought there was a way to like refresh your account. Or at least it used to be. So go to Pistons, Detroit. There he is. All right, good. So we're swapping out DeRozan or Barrett? We're going to swap out Barrett.
Barrett.
All right. So now this is a good lineup. Yep, going for win number 8.
Nice.
Well, that would actually be, if I win tonight, then I guess that would be win number 9 going for this one.
Yeah, you got to win
But
today.
I like this lineup right here. I really think this is promising. Like,
Yep.
Jokic, I mean, you get points and boards. Duren, you get boards. Ayton, boards. Vooch, points and boards. And then DeRozan is points, a little bit of boards. And that's really what you need because you need 40 rebounds. The points, I'm telling you, the points will figure out themselves as long as, I mean, you need 20 each.
Right. Yeah,
I think I'll be fine. Because, like, this is like 10, 10, 10, 10 for rebounds, and then maybe like 5.
Right.
Yeah. Going with this. These are the 2 winning fast break lineups right here. This is going to win the night. This is going to be the best lineup of the night right here. So if I do pick the best lineup of the night, this is what you win today. An Anthony Edwards throwdown. It probably goes for like $40.
Wow.
Yeah, there's every night has a different prize. So like this Tyrese Halliburton one, I'll look it up. So Tyrese Halliburton rares. So this Halliburton rare from last night goes for $42. So all you got to do, like, you set a 5-man lineup. Each card costs $1 or less because you could go on that website Floaty, and then you can win prizes. And that's kind of the whole point. It's like fantasy, you know?
Yeah.
Or more like gambling, I guess, that you actually win money. This one was a Giannis MGLE. This one probably goes for good money. Anything Giannis rare usually goes for good money. Is it this one? The flex? No, it's hands on the hips. Which one's that? Nope, that's a different hands on the hips. This one. Okay, this one's $80 that they did 2 days ago. Huge throwdown on Gobert. Oh my God, I remember that from back in the day. Yeah, they got some good ones. They got some good prizes. Like, I think night one was the best one. Yeah, LeBron video game numbers. This one goes for like 250, 300. And so they have this set. You know what like video game numbers are, right?
You put up like numbers you can put up in 2K.
Yeah, like numbers you'd put up in 2K, basically.
Yeah.
So they dropped a set for that. And this is what it is. So this is video game numbers. This is the video game number LeBron one.
I don't see it.
You can't see it?
Nah, I just see day one.
Oh, hold on. Let me how do I share this tab instead? Okay.
Now it's moving.
My bad. I'm not the best screen sharer.
Selfish.
This is it. So this was the prize day one you could win. It goes for 173. But like here, I'll click it and you'll understand. So this is a set and it's called video game numbers. So all the players in it, and it shows a game that they went crazy. So this was a game that it was Joel Embiid versus Jokic, but he has 47 points, 18 rebounds on 18 for 31 from the field.
I'm surprised they didn't show his free throws.
5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 5 3-pointers. He just filled the stat sheet this night. So that's what all of these are about. So video game numbers where everyone goes off.
Right.
Like here's Luka's 41, 11, and 14. See, becoming the 10th player in NBA history to record 3 40-point triple-doubles. So it's like a record-breaking type night is what video game numbers is kind of all about.
Right.
You know, like I got to see what Sabonis's is. 19, 15, and 16. Oh, wait, he got a Bird mention. Not only that, but Sabonis joined Larry Bird as just the second NBA player since 1973 to record 15, 15, 2, 2.
White Bird.
Hey, he might be the White Bird.
White Bird. He's the new White Bird.
He's the new White Bird. And do you know that Sabonis was born in America?
No.
So there was an American White draft recently done by The Ringer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty funny. Like, it was comical. So it was with, like, Big Waz and stuff, and they had me dying. But anyway, they were doing it during All-Star Weekend, and Sabonis was, like, the number 1 overall draft pick, and they said because he was born here, he did move to the Europe, but he also went to college here. So they're like, he was born and he went to college. Like, he's American White. That's what they're even though his dad, we all know where his dad's from, and everything else, they're labeling Sabonis American White.
Well, Hayward should be number 1 always, but
all right, it should be Hayward every time.
We'll discuss that another day.
Is there any other good ones? Oh, yeah, that was when Drew Holiday scored 50 that one time when Giannis was out or whatever.
That'll never happen again.
And then here, I'll show you your boy. What did your boy Tatum do this time? Oh, yeah, this is the 51-9 against the Hornets.
Yeah, against the Hornets. It's what you should be doing.
Right.
Not impressed, Tatum.
It was on Jalen McDaniels, the other brother.
The worst brother.
The worst. So, yeah, Tatum goes off, and it's just a cool highlight of, you know, them going off. But, yeah, so these are the prizes that they're doing. They're doing, like, all video game numbers type stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah, I'm trying to win that. I'm trying to stay positive, get this dub. I need to at least get to the 9 wins. I know I'm going to get there because I have 7 out of 9 so far. So right. I think I'll be all right. I just don't think I'm winning that the 13 win pack. What else? We got one last thing. We could talk about the UFC last night. We talked about our picks the last show, but let's see if we were right.
Yeah, the last 6 I think we talked about, or we went in depth with the top 6, or we made the picks for the top 6.
Yeah. Well, Cutelaba lost. That was an interesting fight.
Yeah, his leg was getting pieced up.
Yeah. At times, I thought Cutelaba was winning.
I thought he probably won that third round, right?
I thought he won the fight overall. He got chewed up at times, but there were times where that other guy, like, he looked like he wanted out.
Yeah, Felipe Lins was tired as hell in the third round.
He looked tired, and then he looked hurt a couple times where he was like, I'll take the loss right now if I got to. Like,
and Cutelaba just kept moving forward.
Yeah.
He didn't care.
Well, Pedro Munoz got pieced up.
Yo, Kyler Phillips was on a different level last night.
Yeah, surprised he even went. They said it. Pedro Munoz has never gotten finished. Still, to this day, has not gotten finished. Last night, he could have. Like, that guy, Kyler Phillips, was putting the pressure on him.
He was just missing with those head kicks, too. He was having the spinning back kicks. He was just missing them a bunch of times, but he connected a lot.
Yeah. Mateusz Gamrot got the win over RDA. I think that was a decent fight. Gamrot's going to be fighting for the belt next, most likely. But they wanted him to win that, and, like, they wanted to finish.
But RDA had him hurt. I mean, he knocked him down. He knocked him down in that first round, and then he had him stumbling in the same round too.
Yep.
But he was just spamming that takedown. How many takedowns he got? 11.
19 attempts, 11 successful.
Yeah. 7 minutes and 1 second of control time.
Yeah. I mean, that's how Gamrot fights. He's gonna wrestle you. That's just who he is. The Macy Barber fight was interesting. She was really throwing mitts.
And she's more of a wrestler typically too.
And this isn't even the lady's last name. I feel like on UFC that it was a different last name.
No, it's Caitlin Chukagian.
No, right here, Caitlin Karamanara. They were calling her.
Yeah, that must be her husband's last name.
Yeah, so she's switching her name or something because last night they were like Caitlin Karamanara, and I'm like, that's Chukagian.
Yeah, it's not helping her fight though.
It's definitely not helping her fight.
But my man's Almeida. Bro, he took him down 9 times in the first round. He was picking him up, slamming Curtis Blades.
And then he just bashed his eardrum in.
Yeah, he went for it again in the second round, and then he just hammer fisted him.
I told you, though, that's Blades. That's what I was saying was Blades is an all-round fighter. He does the kickboxing. He does the wrestling. He got knockout power. He's got all the tools. So the problem is Almeida is a super wrestler, and that's his only real thing.
Yeah, he's super one-dimensional. That was the only thing.
Super one-dimensional. Blades is just multifaceted. He's like a Swiss Army knife. He's a jack of all trades, master of none, by the way. Blades is not a master of anything, but he's a jack of all trades. He's got skills in every situation. He's just not the best of the best in the world at them, but he actually has every weapon that you need to have in a champion arsenal. He has them all. So I knew the second Almeida does something where he's trying to be too wrestle dependent and too heavy, that's when Blades is going to beat him up. And that's what happens. If you're in a fist fight and you grab a single leg, you're dead.
Yep.
Chael Sonnen taught me this years ago in his show, in his YouTube channel. He talks about it. He says wrestlers are some of the best fighters in the world and everything when they go like face to face and everything with people, but some wrestling doesn't translate to fist fighting. Because in wrestling, you could get a double leg. They can't punch you in the face.
Yeah.
But they can in UFC.
Yep.
Not in wrestling, not in like high school and Olympic Greco-style wrestling. They can't punch you in the face. But UFC, they can. So when Almeida goes for that double leg, and he's like, oh, I got your leg. Just all in his ear. Okay, keep holding on to that leg. Keep holding on. So that's the one thing is too wrestle dependent against a guy who's been in the ring a little too long. He knows all that stuff.
Yeah.
So next we're gonna move on. Did you have Almeida or did you have Blades? Because I know I picked Blades.
No, that's why I said my man's Almeida.
Oh yeah, your man's Almeida. So you picked Almeida. I know I picked Gamrot.
Yeah,
I think you probably picked Gamrot too.
I don't even think we really made those picks. It was the last 6. So from Blades on.
Blades on. Okay.
Is
So
what
we both picked Peter Yan.
we did, and he got off to another slow start, like
did.
he typically does, like he did against Sanhagen, like he did against O'Malley,
Yep.
like he did in the 2 fights against Sterling. But then the second and third, it was all him. And we knew he still had it. We knew he was a tough losing streak, but we knew he didn't take a step back. I mean, he's right there.
He didn't lose to bums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you lost to Sugar Sean. Okay, he's the champ and just defended his title. 2 wins as the champ now. He's not a bum. You lost to Sterling. Not a bum. He's going to go fight for – now he's going to fight and probably go on and go for 145.
But also, like, Sterling in the O'Malley fight, it could have gone Jan's way too. I mean, a lot of people had him winning the O'Malley fight, and then the second Sterling fight was close. The first round – not much happened, and then Sterling obviously won the second and third, and then Jan obviously won the fourth and fifth. So it was just dependent on how you scored that first round.
Yeah.
So it's not like he was getting blown out. I mean, the Merab fight he got, I mean, his takedowns were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only fight where it wasn't close for Jan.
This fight was kind of weird. Like, even just the takedowns. I don't think Venom Page has even pulled the takedown before. Why does he have 3 attempts?
What are you on, the Holland and Page fight now?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that fight was weird. And he was just bouncing around, running away from Holland most of the fight.
That's how Page fights, though.
Yeah, it was boring as hell.
Yeah. That's all he does. He just gives you a little pepper, little spice, and that's it. He's just going to give you a little jab, and then he's going to try some crazy shit. If he doesn't hit the spinning back fist, then he's just going to go back to the little jab.
But
if he doesn't hit some spinning roundhouse kick, then he's going to go back to the little jab and run away.
And he made Holland look goofy as hell. Like some of his punches, he was just going in recklessly.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks so weird.
But that's what Page does too. He does a lot of this bob and weave craziness. He's like he reminds me of like Mr. Fantastic or something, like a rubber man.
He was making him miss a lot.
That's what he does. He does all these, you know, he's always just.
He tried to turn Kevin Holland into a wrestler.
I know.
That's how frustrating it was for Kevin Holland. He tried to turn into a wrestler.
That's Venom Page. Venom Page is made out of rubber. He's the Elastic Man. He's just like doing all these things and just he's hard to touch.
He wanted to be Derek Brunson so bad. He wanted to be Marvin Vittori so bad.
Right. Holland turned into a wrestler that day. He's like, okay, now I get why people want to wrestle because I can't touch this guy.
It was crazy. Now there's to be MVP.
So, the Gilbert Burns fight, it was decent though. I mean, it was a good fight, I thought.
Until that knee connected.
Yeah, right. Until the knee. The Poirier one, I felt like Poirier actually, like I picked Saint Denis to win. You picked Poirier.
Yep.
I don't think either one of us picked MVP.
No, we both picked Holland, and then you picked Burns over Della Maddalena. I picked. So I got that one right.
And then Sean. I think we both picked Sean.
We both picked Sean. Yep.
Yeah.
So we got. Yes, we made the same picks for Jan, Holland, and O'Malley.
Yeah. That sucks that Holland lost this fight, though.
I know. Because he might move out of the rankings now. He was 13th.
I will say, he's fighting MVP, though. So
yeah.
If you're going to say – so you can't boost MVP up and have him fight someone good now and then call Kevin Holland a scrub because then you can't say he's been tested. You know? Like, that's what's fun about UFC. And as I was saying last pod, they have made losing not cool, but acceptable. You know, like that's the only way that the loss is going to actually matter. You lost to MVP. He was a former champion of PFL. Like,
no,
you know?
Bellator? It was
Bellator. Yeah, Bellator. Like, he was a former champ of Bellator. and he whooped everyone's ass. He came back. He fought bare knuckle. I mean, he stopped the guy with a leg kick, but the leg kick was nonsense. It seemed like the fight was a little fixed.
Vegas.
Or the guy really stepped bad and blew his ACL out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely wasn't the leg kick that injured the guy, and that's what they marked it as. So it's either the guy stepped back on the cage and he tore his knee, or that was Vegas like we've never seen before.
But the O'Malley fight, that was a masterpiece by him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That, and I was saying last week, I didn't think Cheeto should have been in there with him, and last night that proved it.
Yeah, he fucked him up.
That knee in the second round was so loud.
Like, I can't believe he was standing after that. And he just kept standing and just kept getting hit, and he was just like holding his head.
He didn't even stumble.
He didn't.
I mean, his face looked so different.
What does coach say? You gotta lock in, Vato. You gotta do that Vato shit.
He wasn't locking in.
He wasn't locking in, but he was still on that Vato shit. He wasn't going down.
And he came out to Action Bronson's The Madness off the first album.
Yeah.
He still lost.
I know, still lost with Bronson.
Bronson was in the crowd with the Ewing Knicks jersey, giving Joanna Jędrzejczyk hugs. Bro, how do you do this to Bronson?
Right, how do you do this to Bronson?
I hate Cheeto Vera. He's the worst.
The worst, bro. Tarnished a good name.
That's crazy. The first person that Joanna decided to hug was Bronson.
I know, right? That was funny. She said, "I'm a Hall of Famer. Where's Action Bronson?"
Like he was with all those UFC fighters around him too. Like Joanna was there, Marab was there. There were some other UFC fighters.
But the thing is I bet you Action Bronson probably walked by and said something to her in her native language before the thing.
Oh, that's true.
You know, Action Bronson, he knows so many languages and everything. He probably went over and said something in what is she?
But he's Polish, yeah.
Polish.
But he said he speaks 6 languages and 3 voices.
In 3 voices, right? So I think he could have spoke to her in one of those voices.
Yep, in one of those languages.
One of those languages and in one of those voices.
The GOAT and Cheeto Vera ruined it.
And Cheeto Vera ruins it. But luckily, you know, the fight's over. Sugar Sean is good. He's not hurt. I thought he was going to break his hand on Cheeto's face.
I know.
He was punching it so much.
And then he had a walking boot on.
Right. He had the boot after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
His knees were all bloodied. After the fight, he sat down. They were wiping him down and everything.
It was because he took that body shot.
Yeah.
That body shot. That
left kick.
Huh? Yep.
Oh, man, that kick was so hard. I felt that shit. Like, you could tell from his posture that he was just, like, clenching the last 2 minutes.
But he had that left hook to the body in the last, 2 or 3 seconds. And that's what he admitted it, too. He was like, that was a good shot by Cheeto.
Yeah. That was a good shot. But yeah, all right, now just X out of that. Oh, wait, one thing. I had to show you this. So
here we go. You got a little smirk on. It's gonna be something.
It's gonna be something big.
Got a little smirk on. Something's going on.
Let me show you a little something. Hold on.
Boy.
Share the screen.
Here
all right. So if you look right here, I am the 49. Oh, shoot. All right. Well, it just loaded into it. I am number 49 on the Connecticut Sun leaderboard.
Nice. Out of how many people?
Oh, hold on. Now I got to go back. I don't know if it's... Oh, out of 2,100 people that have locked Sun moments, that have tried to get on the leaderboard, I'm number 49.
A lot of people.
Yeah, it is. But what I really wanted to show you is I've also tried to climb the leaderboard for the Fever. I'm number 50 right now.
Yeah, jump on the train, bro.
Because of Caitlin Clark next year, And if you're top in the leaderboards, they give the top ranked people free cards. So I'm just hoping I get a Caitlin Clark rookie,
Right.
Also, it took me a big move. I had to sell some cards, sell some packs. But this is the move I did to get in a high rank in the leaderboard.
Nice.
So I got an Aaliyah Boston. I didn't pay $530 for it though. But I got one of these.
Nice.
And what do you know about Fast Break?
Oh, they're doing WNBA Fast Break now. They're gonna do that?
They're gonna do it when the season starts. And bro, Aaliyah Boston only has 2 moments. She has a common that goes for $40, and then a rare that goes for $530.
Damn.
So, and like I said, what do you know about Fast Break? Rares mean you can play her twice.
Yeah, you're gonna eat in the summer then.
And look at how many rares are in existence. There's only 93.
Wow.
So if I got one of them, there's only obviously 92 that the rest of the whole world can use. That's it. There's only a certain amount of game pieces.
Right.
Like that's also the fun of this is that like, yeah, you could pick anyone could pick Aaliyah Boston to get the most rebounds. But I have her for 2 nights, and there's only a certain amount of people who can even pick her to have that much rebounds that night. Only 93 people can do it twice.
And she's going to be a much better scorer this year, too, because Caitlin Clark, you would think.
Right, because of Caitlin Clark opening it up for her. And then also, same thing. I mean, you've seen it. There's 2,000 people on a Sun leaderboard alone. There's 5,000 people who play Fast Break. There's only 1,100 Aaliyah Boston rookie cards that are common.
Right.
So she was 10th in MVP voting last year. And I just think she's an amazing basketball player. And you get Caitlin Clark there, she's going to be a better player. She's going to be better statistically. Her team is going to play into the playoffs, which means maybe you might get even more use out of this card because she'll play later into the season. I don't know. That was my theory. But yeah, I moved a bunch of stuff, sold a bunch of stuff I got to 400, sent an offer for 400, and somebody accepted it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was big. It's a big time move, but I think this could go even higher than 400. Or it's at 530 now. I could technically sell my card and list it lower and make money already, but the season hasn't even started yet. People have no clue how important this game piece is going to be.
Just wait 2 years from now.
Yeah, 2 years from now. No. But 2 years from now, she'll have another rare.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is like a certain window where it's the only piece. It's a monopoly, basically.
Right.
Like if you want to play Aaliyah Boston twice and remain competitive in Fast Break, you have to pony up.
Yep.
So I tried to do it 3 months in advance. I bought it about 2 weeks ago, I think at the end of February. And the season starts mid-May, like May 18th, May 17th, something like that. So 3 months in advance. I paid a little bit cheaper than what it goes for. And then, like I said, yeah, I think it's going to go up higher. If I click on it, watch how many are listed.
Only 6.
6, and one of them is the number 1 for 10 grand.
Wow.
So, as soon as 2 people buy this thing up, it's $700, and it's the number 2 cereal. So someone's gonna want to buy that too because it's low. So, this is what I'm saying. It can get crazy quick. So I tried to scoop one early, and I'm just trusting the process. And I know that if I hold this, it's going to be worth it. So we're going to do that. Let me show you what the Victor Wembanyamas are going for right now, just to blow your mind.
Thousands, probably.
Yeah, there's only 2. There's going to be a third one coming soon.
How much does that say?
$3,000.
Wow.
And it's out of 198. So it's out of 200. And then this one's out of 3,000. And I have one of them.
Wow.
and I got to show you which. I don't know if I've shown you this before, but this might pay for, I don't know, both of our retirements.
I'm down for that.
No, nobody knows I got this.
Well, now they do.
But look.
The screen's not moving.
Oh shoot! Hold on. Share this tab instead.
Now it's moving.
I don't think you know about this. Look at my serial number.
What number is it? I can't see it. It's too far. My eyes are bad. 2023.
2023. Look at October 2023. Series 2023. Oops, I clicked something.
Your birthday is the 23rd.
My birthday is the 23rd. But the thing that really matters is this. Look, 2023, 2023, 2023. Like, this is his rookie year. Or that was his rookie year. Obviously, it's 2024 now.
Yeah.
But the reason why I have this theory on why this is cool and why people would pay more for this is, what number is Victor? Number 1. So if you have the number 1 serial, you have his jersey and the first serial. The next coolest serial number is the last serial number. I mean, so there's only 2, because jersey and number 1 is the same one.
Yeah.
Then there's the perfect serial. It was out of 4,000, but people burned some. So it's, 3,772 plus 228 equals 4,000. So it's out of 4,000. If you have number 4,000 out of 4,000, that's considered the last mint or the last serial or perfect serial. Some people call it a perfect serial. So you either have the jersey and number 1, perfect serial. What's the next one? The rookie year, right? Like, I mean, I don't know what else it could be.
Right.
So, like, maybe his birth year, if you have like 2002 or something, but maybe his birth year. But this is his debut. This is his first moment of his rookie year, and it's always going to be his first moment because it has this badge. That's what this badge means.
Yep.
This is the Top Shot debut badge.
It's in on a gold mine.
So yeah, they're already going for like 330, 325 right now.
Crazy.
And they're never going to make like new of his first moment ever. Like, eventually he's going to have new stuff and it won't be his rookie year anymore, years down the line. But this is his first card, first rookie, and I got the year. So I'm just hoping it'll be worth something one day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it helps me use it for fast break. Like, so
Most
check
important.
this out too. Bro, these dudes are willing to spend $325 to play Victor in fast break once.
That's insanity.
Right. And there's 4,000 of them, and they're going for 300. Think of Aaliyah Boston, and there's only 93 compared to 4,000.
You'll be set for life.
And they go for 500. But that's because the game isn't on right now. The second they need Aaliyah Boston, these dudes will pay hand over fist for the card.
Right.
It just is what it is. So
Sonny agrees again.
Sonny agrees. Sonny said that ass.
He's never
That
wrong.
ass. And then here's Chet. I'll show you Chet's. So Chet has 3 rookie cards as of right now. And
I don't see it.
here, let me zoom out a little. Oh yeah, I gotta.
Share
My
screen.
bad. Share screen. Okay. So this is Chet's right now. Let me zoom out a little. Here we go. So Wemby's cheapest is $330. His is 112. But then the
There's
rare
another-
cards are still expensive though, 2,000 each,
Mm-hmm.
and they're each out of 200.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. The prices are going through the roof, and I just can't believe it. So yeah, I just knew I couldn't be in this race. I couldn't. There's some people who could put up, $10,000 in Top Shot, and they're buying $10,000 Top Shots all the time. But the way I wanted to stay competitive and still have the best cards is I just went with the Aaliyah Boston route.
And buy 500 Cam Thomas cards.
Buy what?
And buy 500 Cam Thomas cards.
500? Why are you disrespecting me?
I don't know what you got. 2 million?
So I got 708 right now of his rookies.
Nice.
And there's 11,000 of them, but I still, I own almost 10%.
That's nutty.
And then, this is my favorite Cam Thomas moment that's on Top Shot, though, for sure. The logo Lillard.
Jesus. He didn't even get a good handle on the ball either.
Toes on the logo and hits it on Dame Lillard. Like that, there's nothing cooler than this. Because you know why? You know what happened to Cam Thomas and why he fell in the draft?
Why?
He was telling the draft in the interviews, they were saying, what kind of player do you see yourself as? And he kept telling every GM that he's the next Damian Lillard. No joke.
They didn't believe him.
That's why he fell in the draft. They thought he was delusional. They thought he was insane. And in this moment, he hits a 40-foot three-point shot on Damian Lillard and has 45 points.
So there's a big backstory to it.
Yeah, because I know the backstory.
Right.
And he hits a logo Lillard 3
on Lillard.
Like, it's insane.
Yep.
But yeah, if you ever have the time to go back through draft stuff into that year's draft, it was like a joke. It was like a running joke that this guy thinks he's Damian Lillard.
Look at him now.
And yeah, right. Look at him now, pulling up on Dame for 45. But that's my favorite Cam Thomas moment. I only have 2 of them, but it's out of 300, and they're like $80. And I got one for free. Somebody sent me one because they knew I was Cam Thomas's biggest fan. They said they won it, and they said, "Here, you could have it. You earned it, or you deserve it, or something." I was like, "Bet." My buddy Steve, he's got like $1 million Top Shot account though. He was in it before it was popular, and me and him got cool through a lot of things. And he came to the NFT All-Star game. He played in it. He was one of the guys from Canada. So yeah, he sent it over. He was like, "Yo, bro, I got you." I'm like, "I bet." And then I bought one right after. I was like, I'm glad he gave me a free one, but I got to get one for myself. So then I got an extra. So yeah, now I got 2. I wish I could stack more, but what do I need to stack them for? For the most part, I'll stack his rookie. The rare moments, they're cool. They're worth money. You could play them multiple times in Fast Break, but collectible wise, and I'm in it for the collectible, I just want to have all his rookie cards.
Right. Those are always worth the most.
Right. Those are always worth the most. Those matter. Not everyone knows the logo Lillard story, and no one cares. You hit a 3 on Dame Lillard, a deep 3, it's whatever. It's cooler to me because I know the lore. And he said, this is who I could be in the league. I'm up to this talent. And they were like, "No, you're not." And I don't know. That moment he showed he is. So it's pretty cool.
Right.
Top Shot did mess up because I showed you the rookie moment. It's his game winner against the Spurs when he hit a buzzer beater. Yeah. He hit 2 his rookie year. And one of them was against the Knicks. And that was the 20-point comeback.
I remember that.
Top Shot didn't mint that moment. So there's only one rookie card, and that's why I own as much as I do, because it was a monopoly. Same thing I was saying with Aaliyah Boston. They only made a couple of them. And if there's some players that they make, Jalen Suggs, he has 7 different rookie cards on Top Shot.
Chips.
He's not even already. How can you even try to collect one? Because what one means to the other. This guy's got 1 rookie card with Aaliyah Boston. She's literally an MVP candidate as a rookie. She only has 2 options. So it's you got the common, you got the super rare. And I got 1 of each because she's dumb nice, and I think she's going to be in the league for the next 10 years. She's good player to hold on to.
I guess Top Shot was really high on Jalen Suggs.
Yo, so high on Jalen Suggs. Also, Top Shot hates Cam Thomas because he did it to the Knicks. And I know who runs the Top Shot, and it's this guy, Jacob. He loves the Knicks, and he was very down on Cam Thomas. Me and him were talking at Summer League. He told me he's probably going to be the next Dion Waiters.
Yikes.
He called Cam Thomas Dion Waiters. And I was like, nah, bro. He's like, he's the next Lillard. You don't know. Lillard mixed with Kobe. And he's got it. He's got the footwork. He's got a move that he created, the reverse fadeaway.
Nutty.
Where he turns into it and away from it at the same time. The move that he pulled on Jaylen Brown. Remember the owl shot?
Yeah, those shots shouldn't go in. Crazy.
Those shots should never go in. I've never seen anyone pull a jumper like that before. So, I don't know. I think he's got some talent. I'm stacking him up. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm wrong. You live and you learn, right?
Sure.
Like I bought a weed stock one time, and it just went to zero. You live and you learn.
And Cam Thomas is averaging 20-something now, so
he's averaging 20-something. So you're right. Sometimes, hey, I bought Amazon when it was low. I bought Coinbase when it was low. Coinbase is pumping. You seen Coinbase lately?
No, my stock's been pretty good lately, though. Tesla's
been all right. They've been falling though because there has been a lot of like litigation against Tesla.
Yeah.
There's been some lawsuits, and then also the government said that Elon's bonus was too much, so they took his bonus from him.
Yeah, it's all over the place. I'm losing $100 and gaining hundreds of dollars every day.
Yeah. Tesla's a mess right now because the government fucked the money up. They basically the shareholders said, we'll give Elon 5% of whatever profit we make. They voted on it. They were in the negative at the time. Elon goes crazy. Tesla goes crazy. The money goes up. And now since 5%, they said 5% of profit when they were negative. Right. Now that they're profitable, the 5% was $50 billion. And the government said, that's too much money for one person to get in a bonus. And they told them it's illegal. You can't get it. Now the money has to stay in the Tesla. And they can't take the money out. So it's kind of funny. The government kind of does this overreach where the Tesla shareholders voted and said, yeah, if Elon can make us profitable, he could keep 5% of the money. And that was the deal. So It's a lot of weird stuff going on with Tesla. It's a lot of government kind of just being haters because that $50 billion bonus, do you know how much he paid for Twitter? $44 billion.
Wow.
He'd get Twitter for free. They'd hate that. They'd hate that shit. So that's just what happens. And that's why they're doing whatever they can to keep money out of his hands. Because now if he bought Twitter, what else will he buy? Will he buy Facebook next time? Will he buy, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're kind of terrified of the stuff he could build and stuff he could accomplish. Because before Elon Musk bought Twitter, everything came with a fact check. And people were getting suspended every other day for the dumbest things.
Yeah, Twitter was weird for a while.
Twitter was dumb weird for a while. And Facebook and Instagram, they don't have the fact check stuff anymore. Why? Because Twitter took it out and it doesn't. And you realize, you're like, this looks insane. Everything is blocked and banned and censored and blurred out or whatever. Like, it doesn't feel like you're on the internet anymore. It feels like you're on some proxy site that you're at school and they don't let you use some websites and stuff.
Yeah, for real.
And no one likes to be like that. Like, the internet is a free market, is a free ecosystem. And to feel so restricted is not fun. So, yeah, the second Elon lifted the barriers and said, we're not doing this fact check thing anymore, then everyone else was like, crap, now we look like Nazis. Like, we look like we're dictators and stuff, and no one's having fun on our sites. So, like, what else would he do? Who knows? Who freaking knows? But do you have anything more?
No.
Caitlin Clark is playing today. I think that's one thing we didn't talk about. We talked about, her on the Fever next season with Aaliyah Boston. She broke the all-time record. crushed Pete Maravich. But today, who's she playing?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
On the TV right now. I think it's close to halftime or something. They were down.
Oh,
They were against Nebraska. But there's a bunch of women's basketball today, too.
Do you think Iowa could actually win the national championship this year, or is Cardozo too good?
To me, there's better teams
Because
than Iowa. I think South Carolina's better.
Yeah.
I think Notre Dame is a better all-around team. UCLA is a better all-around team. I just feel like if Caitlin Clark is not going to go off, or if she's going to have a crappy game, they can't afford it. Because it's not just single game elimination. So she can't really have an off game, I don't think.
Right.
And I think it's bound to happen. I think teams obviously know that she can score at a ridiculous clip. Mm-hmm. So they try to find ways to slow her down. And some teams have this season too, but yeah, I don't see Iowa making it.
Right.
But also the championship last year.
Yeah.
But they did have, I think they had a better roster last year.
Right. I mean, they do have that one big who scored like 45.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And they got some shooters, but I don't know. I don't think they have a good enough team.
No, they needed I don't know. They need to go get somebody for Caitlin Clark.
Well, she's gone. She's gone after this year. So
yeah,
I don't know.
She's gone after this year. Do you think Juju Watkins can pass her all-time scoring?
Yes.
Because they give her the green light to gun, right?
Absolutely. She's going to break it.
Because I will say, like, she broke Caitlin Clark's freshman record for points.
Yeah, she already broke it, and she's got however many games left.
But let's be real. The field goal percentage, did Caitlin Clark shoot 8 for 35 her freshman year? No.
She puts up some stinkers, but no, I mean, Watkins, she's shooting.
Caitlin Clark's freshman year, she was not Caitlin Clark. And 2, she was not getting the green light to put up 35 shots a game. She was getting those buckets efficiently and like in the flow of the game.
Yeah, Watkins is shooting like 41% from the field, 33% 3-point line. So
Watkins is a gunner, but she is a bucket.
But she's also doing this as a freshman, so you would think she's just going to get better, more efficient.
Yeah, I think what they could really say is Caitlin Clark kind of just showed the way how girls can operate in women's basketball and do it. Like Curry set the tone and set the bar for every guard now in the NBA. This is the best it'll ever get. You got to shoot threes at a super high clip. You got to make them at a high percentage. You got to have handle. You got to have dimes. You got to play passing lanes. You got to be smart. You can't also defend every single possession like as a superstar. Like Caitlin Clark has now also laid the foundation and left the blueprint there for Juju Watkins to figure it out and to be maybe the next Caitlin Clark and to be the all-time leading scorer. Right. It's going to be hard to do it. She's got to stay healthy for all 4 years. And they also can't get another star recruit. If someone comes in, you know what I'm saying? Like, to a certain extent, she's got to have a lot of things go her way. And the people who score the most points are never the ones who win either. Pistol Pete, how many national championships did he win?
0.
And he was the all-time leading scorer, and he was dropping 50 a game back then. Still crazy back then, but did it win back then? No, it didn't even win back then. You could also go to Antoine Davis from last year, who was playing at Detroit Mercy, the low D1, and he almost passed Pistol Pete in his last game.
Yep.
Him, what did he do? He couldn't even make the tournament. All-time leading scorer. He's about to break Pistol Pete. He's better than Pistol Pete.
Yes.
But
everything.
The problem is he was 6 feet tall and 150 pounds. He was a small, skinny dude, and he just got buckets, but that worked in low D1 when you're facing some NAIA schools and everything else. That's fine. But it didn't win him anything. Caitlin Clark, how many national championships has she won?
0 so far.
0. And she's not going to win one this year. So Juju Watkins, you could aspire to be the all-time leading scorer now because it's obvious it's right there in front of you. The person who just set the record is also your competition. So, like, it sets a bar for her. But there's a big but. she's going to have to accept that she will never win a national championship.
Damn, hot
And,
take.
and is that okay? Because I don't think Caitlin Clark set out to break the records. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the other thing is Curry was never there to break Ray Allen's three-point record. He didn't say, I'm going to go break it.
Mm-hmm.
He just went out there and played his game, and then people go, holy shit, if he keeps playing like this, he's going to shoot more than Ray Allen and Reggie Miller.
Right.
Caitlin Clark, there was no bar set for her. All of the greatest players in college history for women, they're all forwards. They're all bigs.
Right.
Name me a great that's a guard. There's not many.
Taurasi.
Enrique, Joelle Lloyd, maybe.
Taurasi.
But who? Oh, Taurasi. But even then, she's like a 2-3. Same with Maya Moore, 2-3. But like a combo guard, there's not many.
No.
Not many like her, and especially that like did it the way she did it. Enrique and Joelle Lloyd, they're gunners, kind of like Caitlin Clark. Like they put shots up in volume. They're great offensive players, but they were more midi. Like they'll cook you up in the midi and pull up.
Yeah, they got great handle.
They got great handle, all that, which Clark has too. But Clark made it the 3-point line is where she's pulling up on you. And I think that separates her from the pack because no one plays the way she does. Like the type of step back three she hits and how far back she is, it's nuts.
Yeah.
It's absolutely nuts. So, yeah, she changed the game. Juju Watkins now has a bar to chase. But, yeah, like Caitlin Clark did it organically. Wilt did this stuff organically. You know, that people are like, oh, Jason Wilt's points records and triple doubles and 50 points per season and all these stats. Like he did it when no one else did it. Everyone now is chasing a ghost. Like LeBron said, he's chasing Jordan's ghost because it's you can't beat him anyway. It was a different era. You'll never know for sure. Right. So it's still like has this. Even if you do exactly what he did, it doesn't matter because he already did it.
Mm.
And there was nobody who showed him how to do it. You know, like Rick Barry, when he talks to players, this is what he tells me. When he talks to players, he tells them, you know, you got to break down your scoring game in the smaller things. You want to score 20 points a game, score 5 points a quarter. And he just broke it down easy. He said, you should be crashing glass the entire game. 4 points should come from offensive rebounds in a game. 4. So now you only got to get 16. You crash glass. Just easy little putback tip-ins, wide open. He said you should be hustling on defense and you should be running in transition. 4 points transition in a game. Fast breaks, you're unguarded basically. You're just running. So now there's 8 points that just came out of nowhere. And now you're almost halfway there because while you're crashing the offensive glass and running in transition, you're bound to get fouled once. So now you got 2 shots. So there's 10 points. You're halfway to 20 because you ran in transition and you crashed offensive glass.
Hustle points.
Hustle points. He said you could be a star and you score off hustle points. You get 20 points off hustle points without even getting a possession for yourself.
Right.
Like the way he painted it out, he's like, I wish I figured this stuff out even earlier. He's like, it took him talking to George Gervin after his career. It took him talking to Moses Malone in some instances and hearing like why he won MVP in 82 or something like, you know, this is real shit. Like this is stuff he's told me and it took him years to figure it all out. And he said it, if he had today's modern day technology and diet and game plan and everything, he'd be just as good as Luka.
Right.
Or better because he actually tries hard on his body. Like he's fit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was always Rick Barry's calling card. His nickname was the Greyhound. They called him the Miami Greyhound because he could just run. Cardio, he was lean, muscular, and fast. That's what he did. He killed people with length and speed. And yeah, he said it. Like there's certain people who figure out the blueprint and make it easier for everyone else. And that's what Caitlin Clark did. So Juju Watkins, it's up to you to reach the bar because Like I said, she made it easy for everybody now. You know what you have to do. But is there anything else? What else do we got? We're done with UFC 229. We're done with Caitlin Clark. I told you about the Leah Boston moment. I thought you were going to call me crazy, but I actually kind of sold you on how important it is.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, if people are paying, if there's 4,000 Wembanyamas and people are still paying $400 for them, and there's only 90 Bostons and people are paying $400 for them, just wait. Just wait till the game switches.
Yeah.
But until then, are you going to do WNBA Fast Break?
No.
No?
I'll do fantasy.
You'll do fantasy.
I'll do fantasy basketball.
Boy loves the free games.
Well, if we put money on it, when we put
money on this season, right? It's $20 each.
Well, no, for the NBA, you do we did $10. WNBA we do $10 too.
$10
or 20.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's our season. Our season was it 10 or 20 this season?
For the NBA fantasy, yeah, $10.
Oh, it's 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I send you that already?
Yeah, you sent me that in October.
Okay, good. I just had to double check that. Like, I was like, hold on, am I in this league for free?
Yep.
Steve, thank you. Thank you for sliding through. I was talking about you earlier. I was saying why I was stacking the Cam Thomas rares because I was telling my brother that I only stacked the rookies, but somebody won the Cam Thomas leaderboard and sent me it, so I felt obligated. I had to go buy one for myself too because I couldn't just have one and I didn't get it. But Steve, shout out to you, my brother. But yeah, WNBA Fast Break will be interesting. I got an Aaliyah Boston rare, and there's only 93 of them. Steve, do you have one of those? But yeah, we're gonna be playing. I know I'm gonna be playing. I know you don't play, but you play through me. You live vicariously, and we set the lineups together.
Yep.
I wish you get on it. Maybe next year. You think you'll ever? Because Fast Break's cool. You think you could ever join it?
Maybe.
And Victor Wembanyama will have a common, so you won't have to spend $350.
Yeah, I like the fantasy basketball though. Fantasy basketball.
Yeah. The fantasy basketball part about Top Shot is just so cool. Yep, collect W, so have W rares ready to go. Good. Yeah, I picked up some W rares recently. I did. Actually, I could show you real quick. We'll end on that. Here, let me see. Present. We were looking for the last topic to finish this up, put a nice ribbon on it. But here we are. So I'll go to WNBA, and then I'll scroll to rares just to show you what I got for my rare arsenal. So I picked up a Satu because, she had an incredible year last year, and I think she's just going to do even better this year. Ezzy, because Ezzy's a beast on the blocks. She hits threes, so if there's ever something weird like threes and blocks, Ezzy's perfect for that. Brittany Griner, she leads the league in rebounds almost every year. She's always top. So got to get Brittany Griner. Nneka just switched teams. She's on the Storm with Ezzy. So we'll see who steals whose stats. So I was kind of nervous on that. But Nneka, beast on the boards, always top 5, top 10 rebounder, top 10, top 5 point scorer. Same with blocks, top 5 to top 10 shot blocker. So Nneka's always going to be a stat patter. I love her for that. I picked up Joelle Lloyd, even though Seattle's feeling a bit stacked this year, and she was the leading scorer of the WNBA last year, but this year she might not just because of how stacked her team is. Aaliyah Boston, there's only 93 of these rares. It's a very important game piece, and I locked it. I'm not playing around. I'm not trying to flip it on nobody. I locked this for the next 365 days. I can't sell it, can't do nothing. It's an important piece, and I hope I win a lot of game pieces, extra game pieces from my Aaliyah Boston. These I did to finish up the Aces team. And then what else do I got? Oh, yeah, the A'ja Wilson. This was the last rare that I bought for this season. A'ja Wilson rare. It felt cheap. It really did. It was like $35. And in comparison to the rest of the rares, like Satu's is $35. Why the hell is Asia Wilson's 35? So that's where I'm at with it. Anything else? I got a Becky Hammond moment. You want to see this, Rich?
That's fire.
She shoots it over the backboard.
That's dope.
And I think that might be my only Becky Hammond one. And then this one, oh yeah, and I got Alyssa Thomas and Jonquel Jones rares. Those are the last two, but I've had these for a long time. I already locked them, and I could unlock them because it's been over 365 days. And of course, I love Tina Charles. She's one of my favorite basketball players of all time. And Richie, this one's going to have a special moment in your heart too, because for one, this is when our favorite UConn player was playing for the Connecticut Sun. Also, look at the serial number, 860, which is the area code of Connecticut.
That's dope.
So I picked up the 860 moment when Tina Charles played for the Connecticut Sun. Love Tina Charles. Probably my favorite power forward ever for the W. Yeah. Would you consider Stewie a 5?
I don't know. She plays like it's either a 4 or 5. I don't know.
All right. Well, Tina Charles is. I'm putting her at 4 for my favorite, and then my favorite 5 is Stewie.
Yeah.
And then Maya Moore at 3.
Yeah, Stewie's the best UConn player of all time.
Yeah, Stewie. Yeah, true. But all right, that was pretty much it. I just wanted to give a quick recap on some of the W stuff. I'm really excited on the WNBA Fast Break. I'm all in, very invested. All those rares, like the Satu, like I said, was like 35. Asia was like 35. I spent like $200 stacking up this WNBA roster. So, like to get Ezzy, to get Jewel, the Alyssa Thomas and Jonquel I got another time. I need Stewie. It's the only person I need a rare of. But other than that, I should be set. There's a couple people like I could have got like a copper rare, but they're like $18. And I'm just trying to think like what's the last one I need? And I think it's just gonna be Stewie.
Yeah.
The copper rare could be good. I just don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know if Natasha Cloud is gonna do what she needs to do, so I might want to buy a Cloud rare instead of a copper. It just all depends, you know.
Right.
But I think the Cloud rare will be all right. I think that's the one I'm gonna get next after Stewie, if I do it. But we just got to see what WNBA Fast Break is, how cool it's gonna be, how much participation. Regardless, I'm gonna be there. And any last words?
Nope. All set.
All set. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it a lot. And we're out of here.
Adios.